Hi there, I'm Dr. Myers, and if you're watching this video, you're probably signed up to take a course with me or are thinking about it. So let me tell you a little bit about myself and my classes. First of all of my classes have an art prefix, just like the studio art courses do, but they are not studio art courses. We study the history of art, not how to make your own. My courses do involve creative projects, and you might find yourself inspired to make art as part of the process of showing off what you've learned in class and digging deeper into it. However, artistic skill is not a requirement for any of my classes. In fact, none of the 3 courses I teach has any official prerequisites, which means you can take them in any order and aren't expected to come in already knowing anything about art or art history. You should, though, be able to read and write at a high school level. A second thing is to note that currently all my courses are online. They are asynchronous, which means there are no live meeting times, either online or in person. If you'd like to meet with me in real time, either via Zoom, phone, or chat, you can drop into my office hours, time I set aside specifically for meeting with students, or just send me a message to request the time that's most convenient for you. Even though these courses are online, I am here to help you. I present the content through videos that accompany information from the textbooks. Those textbooks, by the way, are bonus, free, and available online. I provide feedback and guidance on the creative projects, which allow you to demonstrate what you've learned in ways that make the most sense for you, your educational or professional goals, and your own skill set. You'll also hear and have the chance to learn from your classmates as well. Each of my classes does have a detailed schedule and consistent assignments to keep you on track, all of which are laid out in the syllabus. Even though we're not meeting in a classroom for 3 hours a week, you'll need to set aside at least as much time as you would for a face-to-face class. Seriously. Online courses definitely have advantages for many students, but they aren't easier or less work than face-to-face ones. They require consistent presence and participation. You should only commit to an online course if you have the time to devote to it, have the necessary technology, either at home or on campus, to access it, and are willing to put in the work to learn. I am your ally, and I am here to help in any way I can. I want to see you succeed. I can't, however, do the learning for you. Along those lines, I want to remind you that it's incredibly important in my classes and in any classes you take to do your own work. It might be extra tempting in an online course and with AI tools suddenly everywhere to try to cheat your way through. But that's not only dishonest and dangerous, you could fail the course, face disciplinary penalties, and even be expelled, but a missed opportunity to learn, to stretch yourself, to broaden your skill set, to be more employable, and to understand the world better. As AI proliferates, it's even more important to develop those human skills of attention, communication, creativity, reliability, and your own voice. Learning about art history and the world around us will make you a better looker and even more interesting. I'm biased, of course. I love art history. I earned my bachelor's degree in psychology, but it was finishing up the last of my credits at my college's sister school in Florence, Italy, that convinced me to pursue art history for graduate school. Art history might seem pretty different from psychology, but I think they're both about making sense of the world and the people in it and celebrating just how big and fascinating the world is. I love getting to know my students and sharing this material with them, as well as continuing to travel and explore. If you keep your eyes peeled throughout class, you'll see photos and videos of my travels, my silly cats, my patient partner, and possibly even some of my own art. I can't wait to see what you share. Whatever you choose to study or pursue for work, I believe the skills you'll develop in my art history classes of looking carefully, describing articulately, analyzing what you see, and thinking creatively will serve you well in your life. Let's get to it.